this one.
But I see a dining area.
The dining has been subdivided into several rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But where is the original kitchen then? All I see there is two-way carports.
The carports are no longer there.
They're no longer there. Garage store. Yeah, okay. I can see the kitchen now, right?
Yeah.
Right. Up there. And then that one has been altered as well, and it's coloring.
Yes, it has been altered.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then the one below the lounge, immediately below the kitchen.
Yes, it has been altered.
Then the one which is main entrance there, to your right hand side, towards the entertainment area.
Okay, towards the entertainment area.
Has that been turned into rooms as well?
There have been changes to the plan.
Right, then you go down. There's a bedroom, two-study, kitchen, TV room.
This one has been changed.
Okay, fine.
And there's this wall. This wall.
Which wall and which part? On your right hand.
This one. This.
Okay.
Yeah, it was being pushed by about a meter to come to. It's no longer it's now straight from this.
Okay. Yeah. So it has been increased today.
Yes.
Okay.
There's no longer a corner below there.
There's no longer a corner.
So that wall there has been knocked out, and so the bedroom 1 space and bedroom 2 space have been increased.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you may take a seat. To the base of your knowledge, were the alterations lawful?
They were not lawful.
You may speak up.
That's all done. What is your answer to that?
The alterations were not lawful.
Why do you say that?
Because we have an approved plan, and the plan should be implemented as it is. Where you want to alter the plan, you have to redo the plan, have it approved, and then you can implement it you can implement the changes on the ground, and that was never done.
Okay. It would appear that the plan was altered, rather the building was altered to become a commercial one. What are the procedures which are supposed to be followed?
For one, because the developments on the ground, they show that we now have a boarding house or a residential building where you are going to house quite a number of people. Before you construct such a structure, you have to apply to the city. There are some forms which will request you to complete. We call the TPD1 forms. Then we will require you to notify your neighbors.
What?
TPD1 forms.
TPD1 forms.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Once you have done your submission, we will require you to advertise in the press and also notify your neighbors. We will indicate which neighbors to notify in the letter which we will write to you. Then the law requires us to wait for 30 days to receive any objections or representations that may come from the neighbors. In the event that someone objects, we will refer those objections back to the applicant so that the applicant addresses each objection. Once that is done, we will then proceed to write a report for presentation to the Works and Town Planning Committee. And it's only the committee which can allow you which can allow or approve your application through a council resolution. Once that council resolution is there, we will now write to the applicant to say that council said on this date, they deliberated on your application, and this is the decision of council. It can either be a permit or it can either be a refusal notice.
Okay. So, at the time one makes an application, is there anything which is supposed to be paid?
Yes, there are fees which are supposed to be paid. For special consent applications, the fees are 1,100 US.
Okay.
So
Is that
1,000?
1,100.
special?
Special consent.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, at this juncture, I think that's all I can say.
So you confirm that you personally visited this building site yourself?
Yes, I did.
Would you have any reason to misinform this honorable commission?
No, I wouldn't have any reason.
Right. I noticed that on the plan, there are some signatures. And this, what are those supposed to be?
These are the signatures for the stage inspections, which the building inspector carried out.
Stage inspection?
Yes.
Inspect of what is on the ground?
Yes. For stage inspections, you inspect the setting out of the foundation. Thereafter, you inspect the trenching. You inspect the slab. Then you inspect at window level. You inspect the roof. You inspect the plumbing. These are the stage inspections that I am talking about.
Okay. To the best of your knowledge, the inspector carrying the inspection will be in possession of which documents?
He will be in possession of the building plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
The approved building plan.
The approved building plans, yes.
So from what you notice, are these inspections in order?
They are not in order because because of these deviations, he was not supposed to sign the stage inspections. Because the signing means that everything is in order. The measurements are correct, the ones which are on the plan and the ones which are on the ground. The trenches have been done to the specifications of council. Everything I've inspected and is in order, then you sign. But in this case, I'm not very sure about about how the stage inspections were signed when what is on the ground is different from what is on paper, on the approved plan.
Okay. To your knowledge, would you say that this is a recent development?
Yeah, it is a recent development.
Why I'm saying so, look at the date. The first date is 3 December 2024. I suppose that is for the setting out. Then trenches, they were inspected on 12 December 2024. Then the 3rd day of January, we now have a slab. 3 days later, we are now at window level. Then maybe less than 10 days later, almost the house is complete. Can you comment on that development?
Yeah, I'm not very sure about there appears to have been this structure appears to have been built very fast, because in my case I was not even aware that there was this construction project going on, because maybe it was happening behind a juror, and also that it happened very fast.
But it's a massive building.
Yes,
within a space of 3 days, there's a development. Is that possible?
Yeah, because it's not very possible. Because when you set out the foundations, or when you do the foundation strip, There is a minimum number of days which should be observed before construction starts in order for the foundation to settle, so that it firms. So it becomes questionable when you find these dates being indicated on the stamp being dates for when inspections were carried out. It becomes suspicious.
But others confirm that the approvals were not in terms of what is on the ground.
Yes, they are completely different from what is on the ground. That is why I indicated earlier on that these stage inspections should not have been signed before the correction of the plan to reflect what is on the ground.
Would you know what could have motivated the approval of something that is not existing? Would you know?
I am not very sure. I think it's for the building inspector to answer.
Is the building inspector not under your department?
He is under the Department of Works. We are separate. We are separated. The Department of Urban Planning and Department of Works.
Okay. So if the inspector is to insist that what he signed for is what is on the ground, would you be able to take us for an inspection in local?
Definitely, yes.
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair and Commissioners.
Thank you.
I don't know whether my colleague is anywhere.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nyameze, for the information. I just want to ask one question. Inspection fees, are they paid at each stage? If so, how much?
My conversation with the city architect reveals that inspection fees were paid. I'm not very sure about the amounts that were paid, but he indicated to me that the relevant fees were paid. Because with inspection fees, what one can do, you can pay them at once for all the stages. If you want, you can pay for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 stages, you can pay them at once. Or if you may want to pay at every stage. But for these ones, they should have been paid at once, judging from the period within which the inspections were done.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes, John, come lately.
Thank you, and I seek the Commission's indulgence to ask what may appear to be a tangential question, but which will have relevance to the witnesses at hand. Nyabezi, is that it? Yes, Mr. Nyabezi, there is an issue that is of concern to the public, and that is the issue of the proliferation of service stations throughout the city. Indeed, one may argue that throughout the country, but we'll concentrate on the city. Now, as a statement of fact, you do agree that there has been an exponential rise in the construction of service stations within the city, the majority of which are in residential areas. You agree?
I do agree.
You do agree that this is an issue that is of concern to residents, perhaps even to yourself, that this, there is, if I may to use colloquial language, too many service stations about.
Yeah, I do agree.
You agree that the number of these service stations in the areas that they are being constructed actually pose not only environmental but mortal danger to residents, as some of them are what I would call smack bang in the middle of residential houses.
I wouldn't want to go by that statement, because before a service station is constructed, the applicant is required by EMA to carry out an environmental impact assessment.
Yes, but if there is corruption, those are not done. Let me move on because I don't want to dwell on that for long. You are aware of, let me just pick a service station, one at the corner of Tyrone and West Avenue in Avondale, yes. Which neighbors 2 residential houses on one side. In fact, that service station was built on what was a residential house, which is still there and stands partially demolished at the moment. Right?
I know.
Now, we would like to use that as an example and acquire information pertaining to compliance vis-a-vis the construction of that service station in the middle of residential areas. Are we able to receive that?
You want me to respond now?
I want you to undertake to provide those documents.
Oh, yeah, they are available.
The applications, of course, the objections that were put in by residents, and evidence of the fact that those objections were considered and taken into account before the approval of what is now complete, a service station in the middle of houses.
Yes, the service stations in especially the ones in the Avondale area, there are 2 along Agger Road, then the one that you mentioned, then there's another one which is along Lomagundi. The service stations were established through a local development plan.
Can I stop you there? The local development plan developed by the city council.
Yes, it was.
Can I stop? So the city council developed a local development plan to put service stations in residential areas.
The process of...
I don't want to know about the process. I just want to know if that statement is true.
It is true.
It is true. Now, if residents argue that this local development plan was actually created in order to corruptly place service stations in residential areas for their own benefit, what would be your comment?
I wouldn't agree to the issue of corruption. Let me say it in this way. The local plan for Meborane was not funded by the city. Yes, it's a document for the city which was done by a consultant, and the funding came from the private sector. And we normally have problems in such situations because the person who is going to fund the plan is going to advance his own interests, and at times at the expense of the public. It becomes difficult where a document or a local plan is funded by someone, because the chances are that the person who is funding the local plan will indicate to the consultant that I want a service station there and I want another one there. It becomes difficult to at times to refuse when such things happen. The moment you have private players funding these documents, the chances are that the issue of public interest is going to be compromised. They would want to believe that this is what happened in the Avondale area in respect of the service stations that you have mentioned.
In short, you are saying that the manner in which this system or this process was done is conducive to corruption.
It's conducive to manipulation, yeah.
I choose to use the word corruption because corruption is the manipulation of processes to favor individuals, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it is conducive to corruption.
Yeah, in that case, I would want to agree with you.
And then finally, as a highly qualified person in your field, you have what used to be called RUP, Rural and Urban Planning. Yes. You agree with me that the manner in which these service stations are situated, especially in Avondale, is undesirable and contrary to planning norms and ethics?
Yeah, I have always said to people, for the Avondale area, we went to sleep. I have always said that. I admit that we were supposed to supervise the preparation of the local plan in a better way than the way we did.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Are you a builder by any chance?
I am not a builder.
If you look at that plan, the signatures there. Before the signatures, there are some letters there. Are you able to say what these are? So there's just below additional to main house. There's one cycled one there. What does that mean? Do you understand what that means? Before the signature of the 11th of June 24. You can't explain.
I can't.
Ah, but
I'd want to believe that these are the initials of the person who was.
Not, no. Not the DP6 or DPO does not relate to the state.
Oh, okay, yes.
Right, first
It says,
one.
yes.
You understand the first one?
Yes, the DPC level,
Temp cost construction.
the,
Temp cost.
yes. That's the,
Then the third one,
it should be window level. Then the WP should be wall plate level.
right. That's your understanding. And then the third one, or the fourth one, you don't see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's suggesting a roof. I thought it's the roof.
Then the last two,
There is one which is not visible. It's scribbled on top of notes on the roof. The one for 29 January. I can't see clearly. But there is also the drain. They also inspect the drain inside.
which one is that?
I would want to
You
believe
know.
that the last one should be for the drain.
But the first one, logically, should be
The first one should be for the setting out of the foundation and the trenching for the foundation.
well, that's fine. Look, I asked, although I'm aware that you're not the author of this, but I thought you wanted to be in a position to tell us. Right, fine. Thank you very much.
Just one clarification I want to seek through you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Nyabez, again, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
Just one clarification on local development plans. You are saying this particular one, which was being talked about, was financed by a private player.
Yes.
Do we have a number of these being done in similar manner in Harare?
Yes, we do have quite a number. We do have quite a number. We have borrowed the local plan. It was financed by private players. We have the Avondale. It was financed by private players. We have Manresa. It was financed by private players. There's one for Seke Corridor which we are doing. It's being financed by private players. We are also doing a plan for southern areas. Your retreat, hopefully, is being financed by private players. But what we have done of late is we work together with the people with the consultants who are doing it. We have a team of our own planners who will work together at every stage, even when you carry out the traffic counts. We do it together, so that we are able to own the plan as our own, we are able to ensure that the issue of public interest prevails in the plan.
So in this particular instance where service stations were incorporated into this local development plan, were part of the process, therefore, by your explanation.
When this plan was, because the plan for Avondale started some way back, for Meborain, started some way back. It started around 1992, 96, 2000, but when it was finalized, because it was finalized in 2023, end of October 2023, the supervision was not as tight as I would have wanted.
But you are the local planning authority, aren't you?
Yes, we are the
and
local
they still approve these plans, which means this thing had to be approved by council.
Yes, it was approved.
Implementation.
Yes, it was approved by council.
All the service stations incorporated into it.
Yes, what happens is that when a local plan, a draft plan is done, it is put on public exhibition. It is displayed for 2 months. And during this period, the residents in the neighborhood and the public, anyone from anywhere, can come and inspect the plan and make comments. In this case, the service stations were there at the public exhibition stage. No such comments or objections came to the city. The objections only came when the plan was at the stage of final approval for gazetting. And during that period, if one intends to raise any objections, he or she does not raise those objections with the city, you are supposed to go to the High Court, and you don't object on the content of the document. You don't object on the content of the document once it is on public display, but you can only object intently on points of the law. And in this case, no one came. It became operative, and as we speak, the property owners where the service stations are, they've got the service station property rights. They enjoy the rights of a service station as a result of this gazette, which happened to the local plan before any changes could be done, as raised by some objectors.
But you are the professionals in council who are there to serve the people. And this plan passes through your council, and they are saying the public did not object. When the professionals who are yourselves, the planners, and who are supposed to advise councillors that we have a challenge here, these service stations are in the midst of residential areas, you will let these things pass.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, rather unusual to interject, but to assist. Indeed, we had a witness come before this commission who provided evidence of the objections. She gave evidence in this court, in this commission.
The objections came when the service stations were being built, way after the plan became operative. Because the plan became operative on 16 October 2023. And the objections that we are talking about, they came sometime in 2024. By that time, the plan had become law. It had become operative.
Mr. Chavez, my question is, you are the planning authority, you are there on behalf of the people, and you let a plan like that go through with all these issues being raised about the proliferation of service stations. This is where my question is. Where were you as council when this thing was passing through? You actually approved it, isn't it?
I think I admitted at some point in this discussion that for Meborain we did not do well. We did not do well. We did not supervise. We did not interrogate issues in the manner that we should have done. I do admit that we erred. What
guarantee do the residents of Harare have, given the proliferation of these plants now all over the city, cluster houses included.
For service station, maybe I may want to advise this this meeting that council has since put a stop to processing service stations until we meet with the EMA, until we meet with the ZERA, until we meet with the Ministry of Energy and other stakeholders. We have already met with the stakeholders that I am talking about. There are some documents which are compiling, which will guide the city going forward in terms of approving service stations. When it comes to issues of the issue of cluster housing, I would want to advise and say that cluster housing is the way to go. Cluster housing is the way to go. In the city of Harare, we no longer have land for development. You may be aware that the delimitation was done in 2022. The next delimitation is going to be done in 2032. And no boundary changes will happen between now and 2032. And the people will be flocking to Harare. They will require housing. Council no longer has land for housing. We are densifying, and this densification is actually exposed in the national housing settlement policy. Cluster housing is prominent. The national housing policy, cluster housing is prominent. The master plan, which we are replacing, it talks about the cluster housing. The only problem that we have is the requisite infrastructure. That's where we do have a problem. But cluster housing is the way to go. Densification is the way to go. Someone was saying to me...
No, that's fine. Let's not have a lecture now. We want an answer. Let's get this right. In the long and short of it is that do you regret that you did not follow the bylaws in the development of these properties in question previously?
The service stations?
Yes.
We followed the procedures. The procedures were done, but because you cannot gazette a plan which did not follow with procedure. It's not possible because there are regulations.
A few minutes ago, I heard you say that you didn't do things properly.
Yeah, the supervision.
Do you remember doing that?
Yeah, the supervision.
What did you mean?
The procedure was fine, but the content, to me, of the local plan has problems. But otherwise, the procedure.
And you were there?
I was not around when things were happening.
Right, fine. Now, if you were around, would you have allowed them to proceed the way they did?
I wouldn't have.
Are you now happy to preside over such errors which were previously done not by yourself but by your department?
I'm not. Each time someone comes
answer the question. Are you happy or not?
I'm not.
Now, what are you doing about your unhappiness?
What we may need to do.
Not we. It's you.
Yeah, I mean, as City of Harare, is to revise the local plan for
right. What do you want done now with these the previous legal structures, which did not comply with the regulations and advertising? Where you ignored the objections, even if the cut-off date had gone, but you became aware that some people were not aware of what is happening, and it's a major objection.
Yes, I hear you say. The objections came well after the plan became operative. Because when a plan, it's like the law. You may not like the law, but it's the one which is existing and you have to follow it.
Right, fine. Are you happy with the existence of the constructed properties?
About the service, especially the...
Are you happy?
I'm not.
You are not?
I'm not.
Do you want them to be rectified?
Yes, I would do.
The rectification, even if it includes destruction?
Yes, I will, yeah.
Are you prepared to make a move now in your position that the city council should destroy those properties?
Yes, the move should start with amending the local plan.
Are you prepared to make that move?
Yes,
yourself?
we are.
Not
Yeah.
we, I'm talking about you.
Oh, yes, myself, I am.
And when can you start doing that? You are
As soon
You
we
are
are.
under oath, and I take it that you want to be credible.
Yes.
Yes, tell us now.
As soon as we are through
With what?
with the master plan which we are doing, we
Yeah.
are hoping that
I'm
maybe
talking about what is there already. You have already stated that you do not want them to be in existence. What measures do you want taken? There's any illegality here? There's unfairness to the residents and ratepayers?
I would want to confess it's a difficult issue. About the time it's a difficult issue to me. Why it is?
But do you want to
difficult-
start?
Yes, I would want to
Should we record that we are ready to start some steps, positive steps towards the demolition or major structural changes to the existing structures?
Yes, we are ready to start. We started by writing to councils to seek for authority.
Right. When do you want to start doing that?
Let me say in April.
Today is Monday.
Let me say in April. Why I'm saying April is because of this master plan which we are doing. We expect
What date in April? What is it?
1st of April.
Which is a Fool's Day. Are you going to object? or it's a Fool's Day, you chose that because you want to hoodwink us?
No, maybe if I can put it.
Why not the 30th of March?
It's silly. That will still be. It's okay. I wanted to say 2nd of April.
Right, fine. But if it's 2nd of April, then it's post-foolish that day, then it's a problem. Let's start then before you become a...
That will be,
Right,
that will be
30th
fine.
of, right, fine, okay. Anything else? Any comment about what has been going on in the city council?
I would want to comment. A lot has been happening.
Yes, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. You are a professional person, I presume. Professionals don't hesitate pointing out wrongs.
Yeah, I would want to say that the proceedings of the commission is unearthed a lot of issues, and they have also, in my case, educated me, because there are certain things that we take for granted, and these proceedings is actually revealed to me that things should not be taken for granted. If it is about following the law should be taken to its latter. If it is about carrying out the procedure, if it is about adhering to standard operating procedures, they should be adhered to.
Mm-hmm. Will you say the commission has unearthed the problems at the city council, or they've reminded you to do a proper thing?
They've done both. They've unearthed a lot of things which I was not even aware of.
No, you were been aware, but you thought they would not come out in the open, because you are consciously doing things that way. It's a mental element here, isn't it?
Yeah, there's some element. I would admit that in some instances there was laxity. You don't see that there's fail to take things as seriously as they should be taken.
Laxity and deliberate intent to do wrong.
Yeah.
When you say how, what do you mean?
I'm saying I agree. I agree with you, because the revelations are pointing to those indications.
Right, fine. Thank you very much. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think I'll end here.
Right, it's safe to end this. Right, you may stand now. Thank you very much, Mr. Nyabezi. We will call you in the event that there is a need to call you.
Thank you very much.
All right, fine. Yes, any?
Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. We have David Wajar just to establish one or two things.
David who?
David Wajarwa.
How do you spell that?
WADHARWA for the surname, and David S.
Oh, Wadarwa.
Wajarwa.
State your full names, please.
Sir?
Yes, kindly stand up, please.
Sir?
Will you state your full name?
Wadarwa David, sir.
Which language do you
English, sir.
Okay, thank you.
David Wajarwa.
Wadarwa.
Wadarwa.
Sir.
Do you swear that the evidence you are going to give before this commission shall be the truth, nothing else but the truth? If you
Yes.
do swear, you may raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
Help me God.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Stand up.
Yes. You may sit down, please, Mr. Wadarwa.
Thank you, sir.
You are using English, I suppose.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, where do you reside?
848 Pomona, Borodale, sir.
And I understand you are employed by the seat of Harare.
Yes, sir.
What are you employed as?
Building inspector.
What are the nature of your duties?
No qualifications.
Okay. Maybe. Thank you. Let us start with your qualifications.
Yes, sir. I'm a class 1 bricklayer.
Okay.
Jenny person,
Class 1.
bricklayer, class Jenny person.
A Jenny person as well.
Yes, class 1 Jenny person.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Any other qualifications? Any other jobs you've done before?
Yes, sir.
What is that?
A police officer.
You know why I asked you that?
Sir?
You know why I asked you that?
No, sir.
It's because you've only referred to us as say all the time. Yeah, I'll tell you that you are either a police officer or a soldier. But anyway, I've established that I was correct. Right, fine. Forget about this being a police officer. We look at you as a builder, a bricklayer.
Yes, sir.
Right, fine.
Oh, Mr. David, I would like you to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing else but the truth. And you have also taken an oath, you understand?
Yes, sir.
I have very few questions for you. Do you know house number 9 Sky Master in Belvedere?
Yes, sir.
Who is the owner of that house?
It is it's from Mafume, and there are 2 names which are there.
Okay,
Yes, that's what I saw from the plans.
okay.
Yes,
I'll ask you to have sight of this plan.
yes,
Is this the plan
yes, sir.
for the house?
Yes. There is another one. This is the second one. The first one is just the plan.
Okay. The first one, you confirm it's inspector of the house, the original plan.
You know, there were the first editions.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Mr. Wadarwa, can I ask you to raise your voice? All these people want to hear what you are telling us.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. You said there was another plan before this one.
Yes, there were a set of plans.
Yeah, okay.
Why are there 2 sets of plans?
The other one was the first one. You know, they be progressing like the first set was done, and then there's an additional and the amendment. Yeah, okay. Also additions to the other one. Yeah, it's not my discretion, but what I saw, there are 2 plans.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about this one.
Yes, sir.
I can notice that you were signing, you were inspecting and signing. Is that so?
Yes, I did, sir.
So that is your signature.
Yes, sir.
Tell us the stages you were inspecting.
So look at the original. I show him the original signatures.